What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. We back with another reaction video. Y'all know the deal, man. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better. Y'all been seeing me drinking my tea. It's ginger lemon tea with some honey in it. You know what I'm saying? I hate ginger, but I've been drinking this ginger tea and water, nothing but ginger tea and water for the last 6 or 7 days, man. It's making me feel better. But if you ain't did so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Become a part of this Rich Trapper Mafia. Become a part of this Rich Trapper Mafia, man. If you ain't did that, do that. Hit that notification bell right there at the top. Hit all, say tapped in for the latest and the greatest of what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Find me on Instagram, Trap News Network, TRAPNEWSNETWORX. That's Trap News Network. Find me on all streaming platforms. Rich Trapper, Game 6. Rich Trapper, Worth More Than Money. Rich Trapper, I'm Better Off Without You. And my 2 singles, Start From Scratch and The Nightmare Before Christmas, are both out now. The best comment for the month of January will receive a $50 cash app, so make sure you stay tapped in for that. Drop the best comment, get you some quick little chili. And when we reach 4,000 subscribers, we're going to give away another $50 to the top commenter. So, you know, we doing that. But without no further ado or don'ts, we finna jump into this content, man. Christopher Lovejoy breaks down his beef with Big U. This story continues, man. Let's just go ahead and see how this finna go. We finna crack into it, though. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So, okay, there was a moment where there was a video filmed with you and Big U, and it kind of felt like he was sort of getting you to say on camera that you were with him and not Wack. That's kind of how we took it, or that he felt some kind of way about you having this sort of relationship with Wack, and he wanted to make a statement. Can you explain how that video came together and what exactly was going on there?
So that video was kind of...
I'm talking about the video where 600 was getting marked out and Big U was treating him like he was yay high. That video.
About Wack, okay. But that wasn't about Wack. We weren't talking about Wack. What happened was, it was people on the phone, 5, 6 people on the phone calling me about something.
That's the video where Big U called him out for a fade, and then you got there like, I don't want to fight you, big homie. You my big homie. Why would I want to fight you? You was scared of him. That video.
That possibly had to do with Wack, whatever, right? But these dudes was like popping it, talking stuff like they tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, bro, all this, where y'all at? Hey, we're on the block. We'll do. I said I'm on my way. I pull up. I'm just expecting all these dudes on the phone to pull up. Big, you don't want to pull up. So I get over there. I'm like, what up?
And was this the day that you were in the parking lot on live where the guys were talking about Brick Baby in the background?
No, this was...
Oh, that was a different
8 months
situation.
before
Okay,
that.
okay.
So when I get there, he like, come on. I'm like, come on what? I'm not about to fight you. What's up? I said, bro, what them is that who was on his phone? That's what I pulled up for. He thinking I'm pulling up for him to fight him. I'm not about to fight you, bro. What them is on his phone?
So right there, you talked all this about Big U. You saying all this about Big U. You got a beef with him. You got this. You got that. Wooty bam, this, that, and the other. All that. You pulled up on him. He ready to get out and take a fade. You don't want to fight. Period. So anything going forward is null and void because you didn't want to get down. So where all this extra tough talk at now because you ain't been in that man's presence since. And I doubt that if you've been in his presence, if you become available to him in his presence, you ain't finna walk away again, big dog. I promise you, you not. You had the opportunity to fight. You didn't want to fight. You marked yourself out. Period. You're a mark.
Oh, it was popping and talking tough. That's why I said where y'all at. They ain't show up. So we getting to talking about what we're talking about how this whole conversation happened. Then he pulled the phone out. Look at this nigga right here. Yeah. But me being a little homie, you know what I'm saying, being humble, I'm letting him know, whoever was popping it, I'm gonna take all the fades. Anybody got something to say? I'm on y'all. We can get down right now. So I'm talking about the people who didn't pull up, who was on that phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for some reason, the clickbait said that I was talking about Wack.
Right.
Why would I tell Wack to pull up?
The internet reposters, the repurposers of content, they will all...
Why would I be talking about Wack? Why would you turn down a fade for somebody who you now is calling a snitch and you been had this information, you been knew this and you been knew that, so you had the opportunity to get cracking with him. Why didn't you?
Just go with whatever fucking narrative they want.
But it was a bunch of busters on the phone was talking so tough. That's why I put up order so fast, bro. Like in my hood with me, you mention my name, I'm pulling up. That's just how I get down. You can't play with me. So that's how that happened.
So at what point does shit start to go left with you and Big U?
Oh man, so it's a lot of situations. I'm not gonna speak
Why bro got that little bitty jersey on? And why he's so big about having the cigars in his hand? You are not Suge Knight. You are not.
on, but he's been like throwing me in situations I had nothing to do with for no reason. And I've been having to come back like that day, clear my name up, and show who I am and what I'm really about. So, been doing this for years. Years. So when I get back from Dubai, my gun license come. This is like in March this year. So I got my gun license. Now, I must say, we've been toting pistols all our life, taking penitentiary chances. Now I got the gun license. So he's lying on me, telling my homies he ain't got no gun license. I was with him when he went to jail. He can't get a gun license. If he got a gun license, he telling.
Now, here's the thing about this. This is why I say 600 is telling. That's why he got the gun license, because he got paperwork that's been sealed that ain't been unsealed yet. So I'm saying that that's the paperwork that everybody's talking about. That's the paperwork that Big U's talking about. You went to jail, and that's the paperwork that's sealed. That's sealed. Now, whether or not he went to jail with you, I don't know. I wasn't there. I ain't go to jail with you. I wasn't there. But what I can say is that paperwork is still sealed, and you walk around here with a gun license. In the state of California, if you have a felony for anything, you cannot get a gun license. So how you this big super bad gangbanger who was selling all this weed and you got locked up and blah, 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 had this case on you, but you got a gun license. It don't make sense.
600 telling. That's what he's telling multiple people, multiple of my homies. So I don't know why he's doing this. I'm just like, why is he hating on me? Putting my life at danger, you know what I'm saying? So by him not having no paperwork on me, presenting paperwork, coming to the hood, by him not, doing something about it, I was like, he wanted to just play a game and talk. We could talk. Well, I could talk. So that's when I start talking. Who you talking to? Nigga, you got a contract with LAPD. You on paperwork. So I start talking.
What's the nature of this alleged contract with the
LAPD
LAPD?
contract?
What's that about?
He has a contract with the LAPD, the GRID program. He has an LAPD issued cell phone that's stipulated in the contract. You have to be on call 24/7 and report to the station. It's in his contract.
Isn't that supposed to be like intended to basically alleviate gang tension or problems in various neighborhoods? Isn't that the whole idea of it?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be a positive thing, but I see how some people repurpose this as if it's telling, right?
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. And Adam 22 is basically calling 600 out on this bullshit. I ain't really a fan of Adam 22, but lately I've been a fan of Adam 22. I've been a fan of Adam 22. I've been a fan of Adam 22 One reason, because he called Whack 100 out on this bullshit. He called 600 out on this bullshit. That's it, and that's all.
Positive thing. And I've said this on record before.
Okay.
If that's what you're going to do, I really commend you for that. Because where we come from, there is no retirement as a gang member. That's honorable. You got a contract with the LAPD, you get a nice check, and you're able to stop this gang stuff that's really killing a lot of people.
Right.
I respect that. The problem he has is when he comes back to the streets and tries to politic and act like he's still in the streets, knowing that you done broke the rules, you forfeit the game already. You signed a contract with LAPD, you been on the phone with detectives. So you don't have no say-so over here. So this is where the problem comes. Then he's lying, politicking, and saying stuff about me. Just lying, though. Not even saying, 600 told in 1991, here's the paperwork. You're making up lies, putting my life in danger.
I guess like the thing with having that role and having this, LAPD issued cell phone or whatever is that you could use that role in a way that is entirely about maintaining peace. But then a lot of people are also going to assume that you could very easily be telling them shit that could be used against people in criminal investigations. I'm sure that if I were to sit down and have a conversation with him about it, he's going to say, by no means am I ever going to use this relationship that I have with the city to put anybody away or whatever. But then, like, to the gang members, the people who are in the street, they're looking at it as, well, you could, and we would have no idea. So they look at it as problematic.
This thing with that, right? He got his recontract renewed over the years. Now, if it was like a lick, right, and we in the hood, hey, bro, the police trying to give us a check. Let's just make up some shit. Let's just get the check. That's honorable to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they worked the LAPD for $1 million. They got a check from them. They gave them all fake information. But when you do it and give them enough sufficient information to renew your contract every year, you're participating in what they want you to participate in. And like I said, that's honorable. You know, it's nothing. I applaud police officers.
All I'm gonna say is 600 is still dancing around what Adam 22 is saying, because you still have yet to prove that Big U has used this phone to put anybody in jail. You've yet to prove that Big U's used this phone to get anybody a case. You've yet to prove that Big U's used this phone to get anybody in any type of legal trouble. Period. What Adam 22 is basically saying is the phone is used to keep gang issues down, and instead of police coming through and jacking everybody up in the neighborhood, you guys can mediate and remedy the problems amongst yourselves. You feel me? And that's the same thing that happens within the penitentiary system in California. You got your representation for each car, and they keep things down, and the police talk to the representation of the car, you know what I'm saying, as far as the inmates, meaning the shot callers of each car, each division, each faction, each fraternity, whatever you want to call it. And that's how things are kept to a minimum, because you don't want the police coming in there doing their job. That's that. You rather have one of your homies, hey bro, chill out, man, let's do it like this, let's do it like that, and they're able to be a liaison between you and the police. So with that being said, if anybody had gone to jail, anybody had caught a case based upon Big U having his phone, that's one thing, but it hasn't happened, period. Like, this is 600 is wishing on the memory right now.
Just all law enforcement, fire department, I applaud those people. But you can't play both sides. That's what the problem is.
But it almost feels like, you know, he's been in this shit forever, damn near from its inception. And at a certain point, with him getting older, you know, it's like you would expect, or you would hope, that at a certain point that he would basically change his focus from having problems with people or doing dirty work and kind of switch over to how do we make the community better. And it almost feels like, if he wants to do that, if you want to be a community organizer or whatever, probably at a certain point you're going to have contact with the police. Now, there's a way that you do that everybody could agree was productive and positive, and then there's another way that you could look at it where it could be like, oh, you could use that role to basically do bad things to the people you don't get along with and help keep eyes off of the people you do fuck with.
I didn't look at that part. That's a whole nother topic. I didn't even talk about that. I was just saying just about the involvement with him, period. And like I say, it's respectable and honorable for him to do that, you know, and every gang member in LA would respect him for that.
Okay.
His problem he's having is when he tries to play both sides.
The problem you're having is you had an opportunity to fight this man and was in his face, and he asked you if you wanted to get out. He said, let's go. And you said, I don't want to fight you. And now you're on Adam 22 making a whole, you know, internet content debacle of yourself, and you making yourself, a spectacle of yourself over this debacle. And you making yourself look stupid, big dog. And it's really showing that, you know, you are, in fact, a poodle, a female dog. Facts. Because as a real poodle, you had an opportunity to put your hands on this man and you didn't. You said no, you didn't want to fight, tucked your tail, and then put on a little bitty Dodger jersey and went on No Jumper to sit down on the couch and talk about it.
You can't play both sides. If you walk away from the streets, hey, man, I'm trying to do this police thing to kids, you know what I'm saying, get rid of all this killing. Every gang member in LA will respect that. No one would never say nothing to him. His problem, he's trying to play both sides.
Right.
That's what's been the problem, man.
Interesting. Okay. But so, and then how much of it is the shit with Whack, too? Because he blatantly, like, anybody who fucks with Whack, he's made this clear to me. He might not be 100% not fucking with me because I do a podcast with Whack, but certainly he ain't, he's not 100% cool with me either, because me even just sitting there even though I try to steer the conversation away from the Big U shit, I try not to bring it up or whatever, he's going to feel a certain type of way about anybody who has any kind of relationship with Whack, and you still do business with Whack as well, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's like female stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I had ops, I'm not going
to... And I say the same thing about Loose Cannon that I'm going to say about 600, that I'm going to say about 600, that I said about Loose Cannon. If you're supposed to be from 60s and you have a disdain for Big U, that's cool. You can have that disdain. You can hate him. You can say he ain't this, he ain't that. Everything you're saying, let's say hypothetically, is true. Let's say that. What don't make sense is you saying that you from 60s and Whack says F 60s, F this, F your dead homies, F they dead, blah, blah, blah. He said all that, and you so cool with him. So what does that say about how you feel about yourself or what you represent? He said F that. That's what you represent. Take Big U out of it. Let's talk about you as a man. You represent that. You said that I'm the face of the 60s. I'm the new, I'm the real 60s. That's what you said. Well, Wax said F that. You know what I'm saying? And you still running around here, meat hugging him, swinging on his motherfucking meat like Tarzan on a vine in the jungle. That's the part that don't make no sense, bro. That's where I don't have no absolute respect for you at, right there. You feel me? It don't got nothing to do with you having an issue with Big U. That's your issue. That's your issue. How you going about it is as of a police officer and as of a hoe.
Get involved with you, with your business, what you got going on. If I got something personal with this,
And ultimately, all Wack did was set up all these pieces for everybody to do his dirty work. And now you got Loose Cannon and 600 doing and saying everything that he's to himself afraid to do. And now y'all stupid enough to do it. So now when it hits a fan, he's like, what? I never said it. They said it. Loose Cannon said it. 600 said it. Y'all stupid.
man, that's between me. I'm not going to involve anyone else. And like I said, these are the problems he's having. Wack been disrespecting him for 2 years online. And he wants to involve everybody else. Go get your man.
But does Wack say things about Nipsey that you look at and you're like, fuck, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy because he'd be saying this crazy ass shit about Nipsey? For sure, even for me, sometimes it's like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe him.
Well, certain things you say, I really try to stay away from it because I know how people react.
Right.
But what he say is facts in his own opinion. You know, he said in his opinion, Nipsey's not a musical legend.
Right.
I never heard him take away enough from him on the streets.
But all that shit seems kind of light compared to some other stuff that he's brought up about Nipsey over the years. But one thing I will say about Wack is that he will sometimes lie under the guise of trolling. But generally speaking, when he said
But he lies. Bless you all.
something and he seems like he's really serious, he is telling the truth, or at least what he believes to be the truth.
Yeah, he stand on what he stand on, man. That's all I respect him, man. You know what I'm saying? And he said once, he said twice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard him bite his tongue on that. You know what I'm saying? He really said what he said. What he say. But yeah, man, like I said, he, you know, all that stuff about dealing with this person, like, bro, what I don't know what you stay at the 80s, bro. We're gonna get it how we gonna get it.
Okay, so do you think that the relationship with Big U is something that could get fixed at a certain point, or does it feel like that's kind of gone too far?
Well, he got to fix it. I mean, because he started it, and he's still doing it. You know, I'm just, everything I've been doing, all my homies that tell you, and they tell me, I see what you're doing. It's all a response. You know, they tell me, hey, bro, just leave that online stuff alone. It's too much business online, and I'll fall back. I say, bro, I'm cool. You know, even with Cowboy and everybody else. But, you know, he's still at it. You know, he's still saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still calling around. Like his name is so tarnished. He tries to act tough around people who don't know him, who don't know the history, don't know the things that matters.
Why is his name tarnished? Just this contract or whatever?
But here's the thing, too. Like, tarnish amongst who? Like, 600 swear. I talk to all the homies. I talk to all the. Who are these homies, bro? Put an address on it. Stamp these envelopes. You know, let's start putting names to these faces, big dog. Let's put names into these stories. Oh, tarnish to all the homies. Who? To the homies. Like, who, though? The homies. What homies? All the homies. Bro, put a name on it. Come on now.
But no, I mean, where do we start? I mean, he got multiple strikes that are real strikes. Not even strikes, like X outs. You know, I mean, you want me to just start throwing them out there?
I mean, maybe give us a little bit of information. I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah.
Okay, he told on Eddie Boy. He snitched on Eddie Boy.
Him?
No, Eddie Boy. His
Eddie
crime
Boy.
me.
Oh,
Hell
okay.
no.
You're 80 bands. Sorry. not eight, you know.
man.
Yeah, I talked to Eddie Boy, right? Eddie Boy gave me the paperwork. Eddie Boy told me he told on.
Eddie Boy still ain't saying nothing to nobody. Why you the only person that talk to all these people?
There's a recording of me and Eddie Boy talking.
And shout out to the bro next to him, 80 bands. He was like, don't put me in this shit. I'm 80 bands. That's Eddie Boy. 80, Eddie. Two different things.
Confirms all of this. Okay?
Told on him for what?
Told the police he should never went to work for Eddie. Also told the police, I never touched.
And that statement, why it can never be shown, is because it came from a police officer, and the police officer was found to be lying in court. So that's null and void. 600 is saying something that a lying police officer said,
the dope.
that a judge determined to be a lie.
Eddie only touched the dope. So this is what Eddie's telling me before he gives me the paperwork. So all this stuff is documented, and we got Eddie saying it, right? You can't deny that. So that's like me saying, Adam told on me. Hey, y'all, Adam told on me. Here's the paperwork. And y'all like, nah, he ain't telling you, bro. I'm telling you, he told him, here's the work. I got Eddie on recording saying, man, I sent that to you want to play the clip? I sent that to them cats, man. When we first got cracked, they ignored that stuff, bro. They still ignored it. I said that in the video. I said, man, they still ignored it, man. I thought that, you know what I'm saying, like, dudes was, like, different. But, you know, I ain't tripping them dudes, man.
I didn't even know about that allegation. I got to look into that more. But what is it like to be, because Wack is kind of in this position a lot too, where he has opinions that seem like they're mostly true, or like, you know, he believes that he could stand on it, but then they're unpopular opinions and people don't want to hear it. Is that the position you kind of find
I mean,
yourself
some
in?
people don't want to hear the truth, bro. That's just how it is. And like I said, we can throw another one out there. You know, you hanging with a rat is just as bad as you being a rat. Okay, cowboy, they'll tell you he told. Okay, he'll tell you he took the stand. He'll give you whatever your reason. The rules are you don't do that under no circumstances. And on top of that, he's a registered sex.
The rules also say that if your paperwork is sealed, you unseal it to show exactly what's in it. But let's keep talking about that, though.
Offender. Okay, so Big U invites this guy a few months ago to a celebrity basketball game in our neighborhood. Cowboy, who took the stand, he was a registered sex offender, high risk sex offender at that, not a sex offender.
So the story he told me on the interview, because he basically said that he like went to rob a girl for her chain back in the day or something. He went to snatch a necklace off her neck and he ended up like cutting her with a nail or something.
So you didn't see the paperwork?
So
he got a
that's
lewd act
not true.
He got a lewd act on a 14-year-old.
Ugh.
Yeah. So you can look up the code that's on Megan's Law. I tell you the code that he has. It's a totally made-up story he's telling everybody. I
So you can tell what somebody else's case says. Now let's unseal your paperwork and talk about what that paperwork
did a whole
says.
10-minute video on it, dissect the whole video.
Oh, shit, I got to
So
do more homework.
just another situation that people select the politic. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, just that alone, not including he took the stand. He told everyone he took the stand. Big U harbors this guy. You know what I'm saying? Invites him to a select basketball game in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He think he's bigger than the program. So like I say, that's just numerous things that he got going on. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know, he's voted off the island. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez, all right. But do you feel like
600 is nobody to say who's voted off anybody's island because, yeah, bro, you're not yourself on the island.
kind of X'd out from a lot of shit because of the fact that you've chosen to be vocal about this when a lot of people seem like they ain't trying to hear it?
I'm X'd out from people who select the politicking, but those people who select the politicking don't pay my bill.
You are selective politicking, bro. Unseal the paperwork. You are selective politicking, hanging out with Whack 100 who said F your hood and F your dead homie.
I don't make money in the streets no more. You know, I don't really have nothing to do with them. I'm just glad everybody showed their hand in my neighborhood. I ain't got to deal with them no more.
Really? Okay.
I was the one who was giving money. I was the one who, you know, gave people their first 20,000. I was the first people who, I brought Rolls Royces to my neighborhood and let people drive Ghosts and Phantoms in the hood who never gonna be in a Rolls Royce again. I put people on their first airplane. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing for me. You know, for me not talking to them people no more, don't do nothing for me. My life keeps going. You know.
All right, y'all. So we finna go ahead and slide up out of here, man. That's the end of that. But we gonna keep you updated on these weirdo 600 Chronicles, man. It's a whole lot of lies. It's a whole lot of mischief. It's a whole lot of flammery, a whole lot of larceny, skullduggery, and tomfoolery going on out here in these YouTube streets. But it's all good. We're gonna keep y'all posted and updated here at TNN Trap News Network. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of this rich trapper mafia. Hit that notification bell right there at the top. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest of what we got going on. If you ain't did that, make sure you go do that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Trap News Network, TRAPNEWSNETWORX. That's Trap News Network. And find me on all streaming sites, Rich Trapper, Game 6. Rich Trapper, worth more than money. Rich Trapper, I'm better off without you. And my 2 singles, Start From Scratch and A Nightmare Before Christmas, are both out now. If you want to know how to win $50, go ahead and rewind this to the beginning of the video. You can figure out how to win $50. If you're trying to figure out how to win another $50 and you might win $100, go ahead and rewind this video. It'll show you how to win that as well. Like I always say though, free Avenue Angel until he's free, and we are gone.